Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Bushman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the forecast for each life path number for the new moon that's coming up on November 13th, 2023. This, of course, is a general forecast. If you would like me to go through your personal numerology or your own personal forecast, I would love to do that. Just book some time with me. My information is in the description box below. Now, for this new moon, by the time this comes around, we'll be well beyond eclipse season. Still probably feeling the effects of the eclipse season because they do kind of take some time, 6 months to a year, to fully unfold the storylines. But we should be out of the heat of it. I'm actually recording this on the eclipse, but by the time this new moon comes around, we should have clear insights of what's unfolding because of those eclipses, or what was closed out and what could be coming in. So let's take a look at this new moon and see what this could be bringing in for us. Life path number 1. So this new moon is going to be bringing in the energy of the 14-5 for you all. So before we get into that, I did pull an animal wisdom message for you, and we've got frog energy. And so what's coming in with frog energy here has to do with new opportunities coupled with like contemplation, like observing before you sort of strike. And it's funny because I'm thinking of like a frog sort of sitting in camouflage. Like sometimes if there's a frog in a pond or something like that, you only see his eyes. Or if he's sitting on a lily pad, a lot of times he blends in with a lily pad. So there's something here about sort of blending in and then striking when the time is right after contemplation. And so there's something here about it's interesting too, because with frogs, they don't make a tremendous amount of effort for their food. It's like the food comes to them. So it's like they're sitting there, the fly flies by, they stick out their tongue and they grab the fly and they eat, right? So there is also something with this kind of energy because it's interesting because ones, right, are very like self-driven, go-getter. Like they're going to go after what they want. It's a very assertive sort of energy, or it's meant to be. But with frog energy, there's definitely something here coming in for you all to say, let it come to you. Let whatever it is come to you. And then you decide how you want to work with it, like what you want to do with it, what kind of action you want to take on it. So it's not a lot about forcing, and it's not a lot about impulsivity. And that's another thing that can be, around one energy is impulsivity. And so not a lot of contemplation before that impulsivity, right? Taking the action. And so there's definitely something here about being contemplative, about new opportunities, but those new opportunities coming to you. And so, there's something here as well about, it's not necessarily about what you're trying to call in. It's more about being ready to say yes to what presents itself to you that you may not feel ready for. So what I mean by that is it's easy if we've been asking for something and asking for something and asking for something. If that presents itself, it's easy to say yes to that. But a lot of times when it comes to that type of manifestation, we're working from the ego mind, and the ego mind is much smaller than the soul. So what we're calling in is smaller than what we actually deserve. And so the soul could be sending in something much bigger that you don't feel ready for. And when it arrives, you could be like, no. And then you're self-sabotaging yourself. You're not saying yes to this opportunity that's presenting itself to you. So really, for me, manifestation is about preparing for whatever presents itself for you to be ready to say yes, even if it scares the bejeebers out of you, right? So definitely something with that coming in here. With frog energy. So just be prepared for the new opportunities. Let them come to you with this new moon, right? And the new moon energy we're working with for about a couple weeks. So pay really close attention to what comes in for you, whether it's an idea, whether it's a person, a place, or a thing that you didn't necessarily ask for, but that it's at your front door. And what are you going to do with it? The other thing is... Well, I think that's all I want to say about frog. Okay, so for the 14-5 energy, this actually moves with this really beautifully. So the 4 is asking you to slow down, to be receptive, to pay attention to the details, have a plan, be strategic, and focus your energy. The 5 is that more expansive, evolutionary type of energy that could very likely bring in these new things for you, these new opportunities for you, but they can feel larger than life, and it can also feel scattered. It can feel like there's a million different pieces to the puzzle. How am I going to work with this? And the 4 of the 14-5 helps you to focus your energy, slow it down so that you can put those puzzle pieces together. Because the 5 will bring the puzzle pieces in and just throw them at you. And then you might just be like, okay, let's just put them together and then take action. But the 4 is saying, let's slow it down. Let's build this puzzle the right way. Let's take our time and let's build something correctly, right? Something that actually works. So there's definitely something here about wanting this sort of sense of freedom in some area of your life, but also having to really pay attention to sort of the more restrictive things that are forcing you to focus your energy, right? So it's kind of like if we think about creation or creativity, let's just say creativity, you could have like, you might want to create this beautiful masterpiece, right? But in order to, let's say you're an artist, you might want to create this beautiful masterpiece and you have all the ideas, but the ideas, there's so many of them that you feel overwhelmed. The 4 is saying, let's get the canvas. Let's pick out the colors. Let's pick out the paintbrushes. Okay, let's set aside some time to do this each day. Let's sit down and be very strategic in how we put this composition together. So they actually work together really, really beautifully. But the 4 can also feel restrictive at times. And so it can feel a little bit like push-pull. So my point is, there could be some bigger opportunity that comes in for you and you want to take immediate action and you want to just go all in. But that can be a little combustible and you can run through your kindling really quickly and your energy really quickly and burn out. And the 4 is saying, let's slow it down. Let's be patient. Let's have a plan. Let's be strategic. Let's make sure that the pieces that we're putting together actually fit. So if there's any area in your life where, again, some kind of opportunity presents itself to you, instead of standing up and just eating the whole meal in one gulp, sit down and enjoy it bite for bite, right? As you continue to move forward. So definitely this energy here about wanting to just take off full throttle, but needing to pace yourself with whatever this is. And to recognize that the pacing is actually helping you create something much more sustainable and valuable than you would do if you just kind of ran through that kindling, if that makes sense, right? So let the things come to you over the course of the next couple of weeks with this new moon. You decide what you want to do with it and then focus your energy, get a plan, and take that first step. So I hope it's a great one. Take care, ones. Bye for now.